Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Mama, dirty the roads that I've traveled, but I'm on my way. Mama, trust all the steps on my journey, 'cause I'll be okay. I know it's gotta hurt when you know you could've had a president. Guess that I would rather be the man. Maybe one day I'll go back to school. Think I'm probably kidding, but I still mean it. They've been trying to school me, but I've been a genius. Cali looking more like home since I made moves. Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now? Can you hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me, hear me now?
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Without you when I. No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I'm a whoop. I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and I'm these models. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty oughta been my me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never left, yeah, did. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. I down, no basic. I know these be hating.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
And he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
158!
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Let's go, come on.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Allison, complete. Touchdown, Packers. Geronimo Allison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Marshall now, the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Going up top. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He sets to fire, and that's caught inside the 35. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play for the Pack on third. 48 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Missed.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Keith Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Carlson now to add the extra point. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A very solid gain of 27. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
A dump underneath to Jones. No gain, and it's second down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On third down, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now a handoff for Drake. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Zoom. Hey, flex. Hey, check 26. Run. 319.
Rodgers now to throw on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Drake. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Gerald McCoy able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Ready. Flag 25.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this over the middle, deep, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They give him a gain of 38.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending it, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Working out of the gun, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. And he's got it up and through. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Hey, where y'all going? 319.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
We got three. No.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep downfield and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Jameis to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Howard. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretch.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Packers get set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Jump out! Jump out!
Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On first down, Drake. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who is going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it two different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On the give, this is Drake. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Winston. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready? White 25. Here we go.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Winston now to throw on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. To the air again with Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
319.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
319. 319. No. 319.
To throw from his end zone. Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way up to the 49. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. 47 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Hey, 626.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Gerald McCoy in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun. Rodgers flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 20. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing. Because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Final play of the half here. Winston. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. Marshall now, the return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He goes underneath the Drake. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
A give to Drake running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Over here.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Quan Alexander coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long. Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Rodgers. And now he'll tuck it and run. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. Rodgers again here on second and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Carlson now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a second down throw for Winston. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Blue way. Sonic.
Second down, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Marshall now, the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have moved out in front. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the lead.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Jump out!
To throw, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go.
Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Jump out! Zoom, zoom. Hey, check 26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Back now in Tampa.
Zoom, zoom. 18.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26. Hey, check 26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Get reset. Hey, easy. Jump out. 319.
Here's Rodgers on 3rd down. And down he goes. A Buccaneers sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Now Jameis on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Jameis now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Airing this one out for Evans. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down, Winston again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Grant. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because you usually have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Gerald McCoy. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Steps away to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And it does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Winston keeps it himself. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jameis Winston scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Rodgers. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
319. Here we go. 58.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate when he throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Right back to Drake. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Noah Spence in on the stop.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Yeah, Liz.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
That's fine. Yeah.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Hey, take 26.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Hey, take 26. Rio going. Hey, take 26.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye.
Flex round. Flex round.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Ohio! Ohio!
One final shot for Kaiser. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game.
Brandon, you know I love boxing, right? You know I love big fights, right? I had given them the standing 8 count a few times along the way. And look at how this one ended.
Yeah, they had, well, I guess 9 lives, just like a cat, kept fighting, and they're in the end making the huge play to get the game winner.
I guess that's the epitome of you always have a puncher's chance.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Packers, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.